situation around this motherfucker, you dig? Society dark, nigga. Lights out. I'm off that NyQuil and that loud pack. Slurring when I spit it hot enough to make your breezy swag. Pour whopper on you, make you run it like I'm X-Lax. Nasty with my spiel, pimp my pen like sex for racks. They try to top me, but they can't stop me. I'm drugs, got them hooked on the signs that I drop, G. Diamond conversation, fuck the district though. Arm strong and steady like my niggas with the liquid flow. And my flow now, on top of the pile. I'm on top of my game and I'ma be here a while. Style wild too, must I break dance? Swap a pop lock on you, make you break fast. Way grimy, stole the apple, killed the snake fast. Jailhouse showers though we free enough to take baths. 5 times I bow to shake the bullshit. Keep a cannon on me, nigga, test me, I'ma pull quick. Lifestyles of the thugged out. Sex, money, and murder, we burnt out. Everybody in the town over bracket. Turned up. What? We turned up. Niggas is turned up. Lifestyles of the thugged out. Sex, money, and murder, we burnt out. Everybody in the town over bracket. Turned up. What? We turned up. Bitches is turned up. Still gangsta chronicle like early 2000. Focus like a motherfucker. Black Mikey clowning. Everybody know I got the A1 sound, man. Bottom flow tactics, foundation of the helm, man. Unfuckwittable, I am living proof. Hot like the summertime sun on the ghetto youth. This the Armageddon style, 2012 in the flesh. Now what sound boy want contest? That Southwest connection, they call me the California infection. Where you rappers walk the streets with protection and hood rats and turf bugs, full of erections. Cross the team if you won't and get cut like C-sections. Be very afraid, I'm 59,000 in the shade, and that's something that you just can't fade. I'm school of hard knocks, graduate, A grade, while you bitch ass niggas selling your souls to get paid. Lifestyles of the thugged out. Sex, money, and murder, we burnt out. Everybody in the town over bracket. Turned up. What?
Is that better? Yeah, I think y'all can hear me now. That's messed up. Damn. Don't tell me I was recording all that time. Oh, I'm gonna have to redo this. God damn it. Yeah, I'm gonna have to redo it. Yeah, I fucked that live stream up, man. I need to get more proficient at this shit. God damn. All right, there we go. There we go. Fuck. I'm over here recording the whole goddamn 12 minutes without. Well, let's just go back into it again. Start right from back from the rip. Okay. So Dominic Brazil is supposed to be fighting a fighter. I think his name is Alfonso Mendoza or something like that. Let me go back and look this up, man, because I totally fucked it. I had to start all over again. But anyways, this guy that Dominic Brazil is supposed to be fighting lost to a guy who lost against Dominic Brazil and Usyk. The guy is not in the top 30 of the WBC. I don't know if the WBC is even sanctioned this fight or whatever. But it looks like this fight is going to go down on December 22nd in Brooklyn, New York. If it do go down, I wish that it's a nice, good, exciting fight. I hope it's not boring. I hope that Dominic Brazil has a you know, what's that word? Has did some training and won't get up in his ring and use his head as a protective device. Oh, and I hope he does good because, you know, even though I don't like the guy, you know, I like it when somebody, you know, can come out here and earn some money, feed their family and stuff like that. And plus, he's an American boxer, so you know he's got to kind of root for the home team and all that stuff. And yeah, but anyways, it's a bullshit bout, but whatever. So let's talk about your boy Eddie Hearn. So Eddie Hearn is out there, you know, trying to downplay once again another fighter's accomplishments. And basically what he's saying is Tyson Fury failed drug test, mythical lineal title is ridiculous. You know, that's what he does. You know, that's what he does all the motherfucking time. Let me give you a wrench, baby girl. There you go. Give you a little wrench. So in the interview, Eddie Hearn is out here. He basically says, I think if it was a man on a man and there were no belts, nothing, I think Joshua would probably prefer Fury because there always been he was the champ. You won his belts and stuff like that. So maybe this is that's in his head a little bit, but he wants to be the undisputed. Fury beat Klitschko, but this lineal thing is quite ridiculous. Look, we all know that AJ can go out there and say that he wants to be undisputed all he wants to, but he failed to put the money where his mouth is. He failed to accept the money as well, the $50 million with 80% of the back end. So, you know, that's another thing. So let's go into some more stuff here. Let's see. Ain't nobody on anyway, so I'm just going to look at this. So let's see what we got here on BoxRec, guys. So, talk about this other article. You know, Eddie Hearn saying if Wilder cares about legacy, he'll fight Joshua next. And he said if Wilder wants to be undisputed, he always gone on his career about one face, one name, one king of the division. Hearn told Sky Sports for a story posted to the British Network website Tuesday. The only way you can do that is to win the belts. Anthony Joshua has 75% of the belts, but we want that 25%. If Wilder does Once he create a legacy, he's got to fight Joshua. Then he can fight Fury. Look, you don't dictate shit, Eddie Hearn. You can dictate what goes around in your neck of the woods and all that stuff, but you can't dictate how another fighter conducts his business. You know, and if you really had it like that, you know, if you really had clout in the boxing game, or you really was a real live individual, you would have got the paper right. You wouldn't have been trying to come out there and get no flat rate offers. You wouldn't have been trying to go out there talking about some two fight deals, and the 2-fight deal was basically like fight your fighter of choice for $5 million, then we give you X amount of dollars to fight Joshua, or you fight White and we don't give you a shot at Joshua. It just makes the fight at Joshua even bigger. We still gonna go out there and we still have the possibility of going out there and fighting somebody else because we're not going to give you no contract for AJ. And you know, that's what he does. You know, look, he even says 75% of the belt, and Wilder has 25% of the belt. All that is just attestation that he's basically saying that we hold majority of the market, which we all know that. You know, even Eddie Hearn is going out there saying that, you know, no matter what AJ, he's out there saying that Wilder has to do a million pay-per-views in America to get 50% for the Anthony Joshua fight, which is a goddamn lie. They getting like 70% less than what we pay per pay-per-view over here in America. So you mean to tell me that this guy, Anthony Joshua, who does a million pay-per-views and only gets what, 20, 25, 30 million for that, Deontay Wilder does 300K and some change, or, you know, just say 300 plus thousand pay-per-views and gets around the same amount, and you can't even offer the man 40%. You know what I'm saying? And you keep saying this 2-fight deal, but nobody knows what the definition of that 2-fight deal that you're talking about, because we all know your MO is to be a slickster. You know, you never said you never out there being forthcoming with these fighters fighting other fighters. You sitting over there, you holding Anthony Joshua in front of everybody like a carrot in front of a donkey, but you're not keeping your word. You know, you're giving all these fighters losing of gadget, but you want them to come out there and pay up. You know what I'm saying? That don't make any sense. You know, Hearn could do whatever the fuck he want up over there, because people are always going to be naive to what's really going on. So even if you look at BoxRec, even if you look at World Boxing News, you can look everywhere you want to. You can type in Eddie Hearn. All you do is hear Eddie Hearn over and over and over again talk about Deontay Wilder, trying to spread propaganda and basically saying, you know, if, you know, Deontay Wilder's ducking AJ, the fight was the Tyson Fury versus Wilder, or the Wilder versus Tyson Fury fight was a flop. He's saying he's doing everything he can to try to keep on top, and I don't understand when he's not even the one he's not even fighting in the ring. He's not even fighting in the ring, and he's getting more publicity than his fighters. You don't see that many articles about Dillian White versus Derek Chisora. You don't see that many articles about Anthony Joshua's who he's going to fight in April. You know what I'm saying? I hear more about Eddie Hearn than I do of Matchroom Boxing fighters, and it's getting ridiculous. I don't know what's up with that. Hey, what's up, Marquez Johnson, man? Not much, baby boy. Let's just talk about boxing real quick. Oh, okay, you already got the wrench. Yeah, that's all he does. He sit up over here. He's trying to remain on top of things, and it works. This whole mass mass communication manipulation thing that Eddie Hearn is doing is working over there in the UK. Well, it appears to be working, but you know, Eddie Hearn still gets his booze and all that stuff, but it appears to be working because as of right now, it just seems that all these articles online are all geared towards hating on Wilder versus Fury, hating on Fury, hating on Wilder, hating on PBC fighters. That's all it is doing. That's all these articles. Look, I think Anthony Joshua knocks out Deontay Wilder. Spark out. That's all it. Hearn shoots down, rejects Tyson Fury's lineal title. Let's see. Hearn, Wilder versus Fury pay-per-view numbers is terrible. Absolutely terrible. That's all he does. That's all he does. Then he's sitting up over here talking about that Tyson Fury is talking about the April fight and all this other bullshit. But it's kind of like, dude, don't nobody would want to fuck with you right now. Don't nobody right now wants to see the Deontay Wilder versus AJ fight right now. Everybody right now wants to see the rematch. You know what I'm saying? It was a good fight. It was a good, exciting fight. It kept everybody on their toes. Wasn't nothing, how would you say, scripted about it. There was 3 knockdowns in the whole fight. You know, so it was a very good fight. You can't really get no better than that with a heavyweight fight. Well, you can, but you know, it's 2018. You know, it was a good fight. And Eddie Hearn is still out there bashing. And then let's talk about the whole PBC. Look, let me tell y'all something, man. I think the media is a bunch of BS. Like, they always trying to put, like, the way they word things, they always trying to put somebody against somebody else. They always trying to split the fans apart, like what Eddie Hearn doing. The whole divide and conquer thing. Like, like, I was reading this article, and it basically said that the PBC is invading the UK. Like, why would you even use that word? Like, ain't nobody on no invading shit. Ain't nobody on no takeover shit. Only thing motherfuckers want to do is go out here and evolve. You can't say that you're the owner of the PBC and you stay stagnant and you never do things to keep the money coming in, or you never do things to evolve with the times of boxing, because that's how you lose out, like HBO did. But you want to go up over here and say that this man is going over the UK, invading the UK, so he can already have like this asterisk on him. So people can already, that don't know no better, can already hate this dude. I don't argue with Hearn fanatics anymore because they don't give 2 shits about logic or facts. You can't win arguments with them dudes. You know, if you right, you right. If you wrong, you wrong. There's nothing wrong with it. You know, I admit when I'm wrong, but the thing about it is that I'll be on some of these forums and some of these things, these cats will keep coming. They will keep coming and until you say whatever, dude, and then still keep commenting after that. You can't win. How you gonna make an argument that Wilder versus Fury was a bust, but it did. But it did like, but it grossed over $20 million in pay-per-view. You know, and your only logic to that is that it didn't do $1 million. But if it did $1 million, that'd be at least $75 million. But when AJ does $1 million, that's only $20 What was it? What was it? He did 1.5 million, and that was like 30 something thousand. And then no guy, he's over there in the UK, so God knows what Eddie fucking took from his ass. Eddie Hearn probably fucking took that whole check and ran. You know what I'm saying? Like, they don't, they ain't over there disclosing everything, you know what I'm saying, over there in the UK, because they don't want to, and they don't need to. The only thing they worried about over there in the UK is PR, public relations. As long as their fighter is looking like a gentleman, as long as their fighter can trick their fans and the people and the media to think that he's an intellectual, that's the only thing that matters. Is the outside of the book over there in the UK. They don't care about the guts. You know what I'm saying? You're gonna come over here talking about Tyson Fury popping for cocaine. But Eddie Hearn still's over there. He stills up over there. He still gives Lucas Browns big ups. But he got caught on steroids, and that's how he got stripped of his fucking belt. So what's the deal here, Eddie? It only works for him when the shoe doesn't fit, and that's a fact. I think it's disgusting. Yeah, that's gonna be. I think it's disgusting how some of these promoters. Well, Eddie Hearn. I ain't gonna say promoters, plural, because some of them they tolerable. They try to make the fights and stuff like that. Yeah, they do say some dumb shit, but Eddie Hearn just takes the cake. In my opinion, and the reason why he takes the cake is because he just keeps on running his fucking mouth over and over again. And some of the things do not, I believe, to be lies. You know what I'm saying? I believe they be lies. So let's see what else we got here. I ain't even gonna go into that PBC thing, because that PBC going over in the UK, man, that's just, some people saying that, well, this is because of Eddie Hearn. And look, this was already planned out. Eddie Hearn had nothing to do with it. It's already planned out. The only thing with the PBC is that they're not going out there downgrading other promoters, acting like they got a chip on their shoulder and another man in a foreign country. That's the difference. You got to come with a little of respect. You're going to another country selling a product, taking money out of other people's mouths that's been doing it in the game for about 20, 30, maybe 40 years. You're taking money out of their mouth. And then you go up over there and you say, oh, you can't fight our fighters unless you fight on DAZN. Eddie Hearn can say all that bullshit, whatever you want to. It's like, oh, it ain't got to be on DAZN. But he ain't proved that it ain't got to be on DAZN yet. He ain't proved that. He ain't came out and said, well, if Wilder can do X amount of pay-per-views, we'll have it on Showtime. He won't say that, because DAZN will fire his ass right there. They'll be like, man, get your punk ass up out of here. Yo, turncoat, polymaginati ass motherfucker. Get your bitch ass up out of here. You know what I'm saying? So that's another thing. And that's cool and daddy and all, but come on, bruh. You got to keep it real, Eddie Hearn. It would have been better off. It would have been better off if Eddie Hearn stood up over here and apologized. Be like, man, my apologies. I didn't mean to come up over here with a chip on my shoulder. You know what I'm saying? Talking about other promoters, fighters, talking about other promoters, the way they conduct business and stuff like that. You know what I'm saying? I'm willing to work with everybody and blah, 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 whoop, whoop, whoop. But no. He tried to come up over here and gobble up everything. You know what I'm saying? And he failing. And he failing at it. I'm not going to say he failed yet, because you never know. Maybe these nuts app might take off. But as of right now, I don't see it. I don't see that shit taking off. And that's just point blank, period. And that's just the way I see it. I don't think it will. And the main reason why I don't think it will is because of Eddie Hearn. And the second reason why I don't think it will, because he can't go out there and pay everybody them big bucks like that. and especially when damn near the PBC holds all the top dogs. Don't nobody want to see you sign a fighter that ain't been tested to, $3 million. Lock him in for like 3 years, or lock him in for about 4 years or 5 years. He ain't making no money. You ain't making no money. That dude still got to pay dues. He still got to pay this. Maybe you fronted him some money. He still got to pay that. You ain't going to make no money. And the only person that's making money right now, in my opinion, that made a come up off is Canelo. Canelo got a better deal than AJ. That's what the real thing is about it. See, AJ could have got maybe, if AJ would have done it to where he does one fight in the US, I think that would have helped out a lot, because at least he's a big name and he's known out there in the UK, and it helped the whole brand of DAZN, because I'm pretty sure they're out there in other countries too. Not a lot, but I'm pretty sure they're out there in other countries too. But it would have helped out AJ's brand too, because nobody know him over here. You mean to tell me you can't fight Dillian White, that bullshit ass fight over here in New York or over here somewhere? You can't in Kansas? At least you probably would have sold out. At least you probably would have done more than 15,000 D's Nuts subscribers for that month. And then you can't even calculate that shit. You can't calculate the D's Nuts app per fight. You can't do it. Especially when you have more than one fight in 1 month. You can't do it. You can't say, oh, this fight is the fight that X amount of people signed up for in America. You can't do it, because there's other things on there to watch other than boxing as well. So you can't do it. But Eddie Hearn will flip the script to make it seem like is his top dogs that's doing it. But that's okay. That's all right. He could do what he wants to. And then this whole Lomo thing, man. He need to go ahead. If he really want to be so-called the Mr. No Mas and all that stuff, if he really want to prove that he's the man on campus or whatever, he need to go at it. He need to, in my opinion, he need to fight one of the PBC fighters. He need to go ahead and fight one of them PBC fighters and stop fucking around. Put your money where your mouth is, and stop going out here damn near getting beat by C-class fighters, coming out the ring with 2 black eyes. I didn't hear no mas then. Shit. You couldn't even see, motherfucker. Shit. Let's see here. What else we got? Some of the stuff, I need to start writing shit down, man, because I be having topics to talk about, man, and I just be forgetting them. So, let's see here. Let's see, we got Mayweather Canelo reveals weight stimulation for any future. If Canelo fights Floyd, that'd be a good thing. That'd be a good thing. It may be possibly a bad thing for Floyd, because, Floyd is getting up there in them ages. That might be the fight that he gets knocked out in, or it's not going to look good for boxing in general, because an old man got back in the ring and knocked his, and maybe, I don't think he'd knock Canelo out, but put in that work. You know what I'm saying? I don't think that'd be good at all. For the state of boxing, because I think that would say a lot about some of these fighters out here that have lost against Canelo, especially it say a lot about the fighters that lost against Canelo if Floyd comes back and fight Canelo, because that would, I know a lot of us don't work, the the whole triangle theory doesn't work all the time. But come on, if that dude comes back and fight Canelo, I'll be obliged. I'll be obliged to stop hating on him. Well, you know what? If Floyd fought Canelo, and at the same time, if Floyd came back and fought Canelo, and at the same time start actually doing right by his fighters, start actually doing right by you know the whole boxing as a whole, then I'll be on board about taking my coon title off of this dude. But I don't see that happening. That's too much of a it's a massive risk, as Eddie Hearn says. So I wouldn't even hint that. I wouldn't even touch that shit. Let's see what else to talk about here that we got in boxing today. Okay, we got the Eddie Hearn talking shit. We got the Dominic Brazil fight. We got PBC going over there to the UK. There's some other stuff to talk about. There's something I saw earlier, man, but I just can't remember it, man. I should have wrote that whole down, man. I don't write shit down. I just get on here and go with the flow. I don't see the. Oh, that's one thing I want to talk about right here. Right here, man. So my boy Deontay Wilder had a little article today on the World Boxing News. I don't know who he did it with. I probably do know, but I just forgot. But Wilder, it says Deontay Wilder says Anthony Joshua is definitely begging now. Yes, he is. And it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter what Anthony Joshua says. Like I keep saying, it matters what Matchroom Boxing says. You don't do a 3-year, $100 million contract and you still being the shot caller. That's. Oh, it was on Joe Rogan's podcast. That's what he said. So you don't do a 3-year. I think it was 3-year, $100 million contract and still calling the shots. No, bruh. No, you was a yes man at that point. You're gonna do what you told to do. So it says follows amazing draw with Tyson Fury. Wilder is confident he can eventually land the fight when he wants it. Deontay basically said they're definitely begging now. He's trying to reach out all of a sudden. Wilder told Joe Rogan, well, I don't think it's all of a sudden that Eddie Hearn trying to. I give him that. The agreement was that, Wilder and his team made an agreement that they weren't going to talk about any upcoming fights until after the fight. And Eddie Hearn was like, man, I'm talking to y'all the next day. So I guess he flew down there. So I don't agree with that portion. But I do agree that they begging. He says his management are still trying to reach out to mine as well. He could have had his opportunity. He had many opportunities. He could have fought Luis Ortiz. I would add Dominic Brazil in there too. He could have fought me. He had a chance to fight Tyson Fury. Yes, he did have a chance. Well, that's 3 guys that AJ could have fought and took everything off the table from Wilder, like he's been doing. But Tyson Fury was too much of a massive risk, because if Tyson Fury was to come in like Eddie Hearn thought he was going to come in, yes. But Eddie Hearn didn't. Look, I think Eddie Hearn knew. I think Eddie Hearn knew exactly what type of shape Tyson Fury was in the whole time. I think that, because you got to think about, though, every fighter, somebody knows somebody, and some, spies or people, gossipers, and, somebody knows somebody that's going to tell them something, especially when a little bit of money comes in. And you can't mean to tell me that all that stunting that Eddie Hearn does online. What's up, Lost Dawkins? What's up, baby boy? You can't tell me with all that stunting that Eddie Hearn does online, paying some of these YouTube channels out there that he that he's not in, he doesn't have anybody or embedded in somebody else's gym or somebody that he can go out there and talk to. What's up, Mark? And so, I believe that Eddie Hearn knew exactly what type of shape that Fury was in, and that's the reason why he didn't fight Fury. So AJ had 4 guys to choose from that he could have fought. AJ had 1 guy that he could have took all the marbles off the table from Wilder. If AJ would have fought Tyson Fury, it would have took all the marbles off the table. But what did he choose to do? He chose to sit back in the gear with the rear, offer flat rate fees, no rematches, and all that jazz, and goes and talks about fighting the winner of Dillian White and Derek Chisora. Ooh, yeah. No, come on, bruh. Really? AJ could have fought Luis Ortiz. He could have fought Dominic Breazeale. He could have fought Tyson Fury. He could have fought Deontay Wilder. He could have fought 4 dudes. At least, he already fought Dominic Breazeale. So, but he could have fought somebody else. You know what I'm saying? He could have went out there and fought somebody. He could have gave, they still out there talking about Usyk. He out there talking about fighting Usyk. The motherfucker ain't even acclimated to the heavyweight division. You talking about fighting Usyk. Get the fuck out of here. You know what I'm saying? So, I think that the reason why AJ, I don't think he had anything to do with it, but I think the reason why the Matchroom Boxing did not want to fight Tyson Fury is because he was a massive risk. And they knew what kind of shape he was going to come into the ring at. And anybody that doesn't think otherwise, think about this. Why before the fight Eddie Hearn is bad mouthing Tyson Fury the whole way? I think it's a cherry pick. I don't think Tyson Fury's ready. I don't think the fight is going to happen. So on and so on. The whole motherfucking way. You know what I'm saying? So it's just those. Oh, come on, man. Don't take my internet bugged out on me. I think it did. Let me see. Yeah, so I think that's true. And I think the reason why they didn't was it follows Eddie Hearn's MO. And the MO is that if any fighter is a massive risk, Eddie Hearn will not take it. Damn, I think I'm chopping. I think, yeah, we good to go, I think. Yeah, so that's why I think that he didn't fight him. It runs right along with Eddie Hearn's MO, which is taking the leverage from Deontay Wilder and at the same time fighting the fighters who aren't a massive risk that can bring in and generate some type of income. You know what I'm saying? Let's just go all the way back. Charles Martin. Klitschko coming off a layoff and coming off a loss. Joseph Parker. PED motherfucking Povetkin. All these fighters that Anthony Joshua has fought, in my opinion, when you look at it, it has nothing to really do with who he fought. It has to do with what Eddie Hearn was out there saying in the course of building up to those fights. That makes me believe that throughout the course of this whole thing was to build leverage. Was to build Anthony Joshua's leverage, build Anthony Joshua's profile, and all that stuff. Because that's what Eddie Hearn says: leverage, profile, leverage, profile. And comes with the leverage and profile comes the numbers, comes the pay-per-view numbers, comes the ticket sales. You know what I'm saying? Leverage, profile, massive risk. Yeah, there we go. Leverage, profile, massive risk. That's Eddie Hearn's three three things. That's his favorite words, favorite vocabulary words. And I really don't blame the man, because that gave his boxer a very good position in boxing, period. But it's not being properly utilized right now because it came back and backfired. It was a good plan in the beginning, but now it's not, because Eddie Hearn's gonna have to deal with the consequences of that. He's gonna have to deal with the consequences of coming out here hating on all these fighters, hating on all these promoters out there, and coinciding with a foreign app on United States soil. And then, in doing so, coming out here talking about you're taking over. And then coming out there talking about we got the bread. We willing to negotiate with anybody and stuff like that, trying to snatch up fighters behind promoters' backs and stuff like that. Like I said, nobody in the boxing game likes it when somebody is trying to take their fighter and money out their mouth. Nobody likes that. I don't care if you a used car salesman, a new car salesman. I don't care what you do. If you have a business, you wouldn't like it if another company came on your block selling the same product, and you've been there 10, 20 years, you got reliable customers, and this guy is coming up telling other people that you're bad for business. Your products are expensive. You got expired stuff. You robbing your customers. You know all kind of stuff. He's a bad person. This is just the way of the game. That's how you take over. But it's unethical. It's unethical. It's the unbecoming of a man. That's what Eddie Hearn is. But I'm not gonna lie. Eddie Hearn did his thing. Eddie Hearn did everything that he could for Anthony Joshua but make the Wilder fight. And the reason why he couldn't make the Wilder fight is evident. Everybody knows. There's many reasons out there that you can come up with, or you can come up with opinions and stuff like that. You can say that that's the reason why the fight didn't happen. But whatever. See what else we got here. Let's see what else we got here. Joe Rogan, Deontay Wilder agree. Anthony Joshua was now a forgotten man. Damn. Joe Rogan, Deontay Wilder agree. Anthony Joshua was now a forgotten man. Well, he is. You see how fast Eddie Hearn pushed AJ to get the 3 belts, and then the last one he puts the break on. Why? Because the risk. Like I said, it's like profile. What is it? Profile, pay-per-view numbers, and massive risk. Profile, pay-per-view numbers, and massive risk. That's what Eddie Hearn has been telling us this whole time, consistently, like over and over and over again. So that makes me believe that's what he's thinking. That's his way of thinking when it comes to picking fights. And I think I think Eddie Hearn knew what kind of shape Tyson Fury was in. And I don't think I think Eddie Hearn knew that it wasn't going to be good for Anthony Joshua. That's why all of a sudden now, and especially now, I guarantee you Eddie Hearn is going to probably come out there and probably going to talk about he damn near giving Deontay Wilder 35 between 40% and a rematch clause. 35 and 40% between something between that and a rematch clause. I bet you he'd do that shit. And at the same time, it wouldn't matter because Tyson Fury and Deontay Wilder would fight, and guess what? He would say Wilder is ducking. But how would you be ducking when you're fighting somebody that everybody say that whooped your ass? And you want to go out there and whoop, and you want to go out there and prove that you the best. How was that ducking? Is ducking because Your fighter is sitting on the porch like a dog over there, like waiting on his master. Because you can't play because Rudolph can't play no reindeer games. You know what I'm saying? That's just how I put it. You can't sit out over here giving up the same three things over and over again. Profile, massive risk, and I forget what the other one was. But anyways, you can't go out there doing that thing over and over again and think ain't nobody gonna catch on to it. Hey, baby. Vanessa. Give me a second, fellas. Vanessa. Anyways, I think she heard me. She tripping. I need another beer. Yeah, so that's just how I put it. I think you know, Anthony Joshua might be a forgotten man. I mean, ain't nobody talking about him. Nobody. And it's crazy though, because he's supposed to be this big superstar. He's supposed to be the cash cow and all of that. The big bag of chips with the dip. That's what he's supposed to be. But instead, he's coming off as like you eating some Tostitos with some nasty ass Hellman mayonnaise. You know what I'm saying? I don't know, man. What y'all think about? What y'all think about that? Eddie Hearn, do y'all well, this is what I'm going to ask y'all first, if anybody's out there watching. Do you believe that if somebody says something over and over and over and over again, do you think that that's a precursor to how they feel? Would that be an indicator for you to believe that's how they feel? If you're saying massive risk, profile, and what was the other one? I forget the other one. If you're saying three things like that over and over again, that makes me believe that that's how your mind works. You know what I'm saying? If one of your buddies at work is all he says is dick, the motherfucker might be gay. Am I lying? Or he might have some tendencies. Ain't nothing wrong with being gay, but I'm just saying. You know, he might be trying to tell you something. Yeah, let's go back to the dog. So people are not paying attention to Joshua right now. It's like he's forgotten. He said to Joe Rogan, most definitely, and that's a great way to put it. Replied Wilder. He's really been forgotten. Rogan says, how many times has he defended his title since the Klitschko fight? Twice. That's what Rogan said. Maybe 3. Wilder said, I'm not sure. I remember Parker was after. Yeah, he was after. Was Takam before that? I don't remember. But Takam, come on. Takam was a late fucking replacement. So for Noonan to say that Anthony Joshua did great numbers for the Carlos Takam fight, that was a late fucking replacement. Come on, dude. It's just right there on your face, and people don't even, and Eddie Hearn don't even want to bring that up. And then he says, they're definitely begging now, and he's trying to reach out all of a sudden. Wilder told Joe Rogan, his management are still trying to reach out to mine as well. He could have had his opportunity. He had many opportunities. He could have fought Luis Ortiz. He could have fought me. He had a chance to fight Tyson Fury. But people who want to know who's the best, especially after seeing this Fury fight, I've been trying to show people who is the best. I'm always going to say I'm the best until I'm defeated. To come to LA and bring all out the stars, that's what it's all about. And yeah, I would agree with him. I mean, that's all you can do is fight. All you can do is get up in that ring and fight. Now, let's see what he said. Oh, laws, doctors, what you got? That Tyson Fury and AJ fight, I don't even see that happening because Frank Warren and hate Eddie Hearn, vice versa. Scott Tosport and BT are arch enemies, so they will be fighting for Brock. You know what? you know what, that whole Frank Warren and Eddie thing, man. And look, word is on the streets, and I hear even during fights, Eddie Hearn getting booed. I don't hear Frank Warren. I don't hear people saying it on their live streams or on their YouTube channels or in the forums. I don't hear anybody saying Warren getting booed. Only thing I'm saying is I want to know from a UK's perspective, why don't people really like Eddie? Marquez Johnson said Eddie has definitely shown through his words and lack of action that their team doesn't want to fight Wilder anytime soon. And you're correct. You're correct. You're correct, Marquez Johnson. You are absolutely correct, and it's shameful. It's shameful that somebody that can sit up over there, keep saying I want to strip this guy of his belt, we want to fight this guy, blah 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 whoop, and then all we hear is things that's not conducive to making a fight. How are you gonna try to fight somebody when you're a promoter and you're trying to fight Wilder, and the whole time while you're trying to fight Wilder, you are putting down Wilder? Why would you want to sit up over here and keep putting down this dude? Let your fighter speak and say that shit. You should be the one trying to make the fight, trying to make both fighters look good, trying to make the fight look exciting and all those things. But what you do is you try to place the media versus the media. You try to put them fighting against each other, and you try to put the fans fighting against each other, instead of doing what's right about boxing. What's up, Ron Boy Fresh? Yeah, Slick Eddie is following a business plan for AJ and his currently. He's been saying that. You're right. You're right, Ron Boy Fresh. He's been fighting the business plan. He said he wanted. Look, this is not AJ's. I don't think AJ made this shit up, because when AJ initially reneged on the $50 million, what did AJ say? When he reneged on that money, AJ basically said that his trainer is the one that talked him out of it. And I'm sitting up over there like, he said his trainer basically told him that the fans deserve it, you deserve the fight in the UK. And I'm over here like, oh man. So they basically keep implanting these things in this dude's head to get a positive reaction out of them. In their case, positive reaction is them wanting that reaction out of them, so that's positive for them. So they planting things in this dude's head to get a positive reaction out of this dude over and over again. And then that's when, like you said, Ron Boy Fresh, AJ come out there and said, I want my career planned out, blah 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 blah. You cannot. That sounds so fucking disgusting. To me, in the sport of boxing, you cannot plan it out. You cannot plan out who you're going to fight. You can plan out how you can go away, but you can go about things, but you can always gotta have a plan B, plan A, plan B, C, sometimes D and E. Because you always hold up, guys. Let me go get another beer. I'll be right back. Might as well put a refrigerator in this bad boy. You can't plan it out. You always have these fighters that come out of nowhere. If Anthony Joshua can get a belt in 20 fights, how come and Usyk can get what did he get his less than 17 or something like that, or 17? How come there's other fighters that could do that? There's always gonna be fighters that come up like that. Marquez Johnson, what you got? He said, to a hardcore boxing fan, having 2 undefeated titles fighting for an undisputed heavyweight championship is like horse racing fans equivalent to Triple Crown winner due to the rarity of the event. Oh man, you know what? I don't watch horse racing, but I have some Jamaican buddies, man. They be on that tough, man. because out here you could bet live on the TV and stuff like that. But I never got into it, man. It's like, you know, it's gambling, man. So I'm kind of, you know, iffy on the gambling thing, you know. But yeah, if you can, yeah, it's just you got 3 belts and it's like some people can say that he had the easiest road to 3 belts. Some people can say he had the hardest road to 3 belts. You know what I'm saying? But you know, once Anthony Joshua retires and all this stuff, I wonder what people are really gonna think about him. I really want when the experts do the 20 for 20s and all that stuff and these behind the gloves things when fighters retire and stuff like that, I wonder how they really gonna portray this dude. Because some of these people out here are gonna remember exactly what happened. Even though Slick Eddie said the most money, hold on, Ron Boy Fresh says, even though Slick Eddie said the most money is in the USA, yeah, man, that's some sad BS shit. And nobody gets it. How can you say the money is out here in the UK and then say, well, Anthony Joshua does 1.5 million. But we all know what that 1.5 million pay-per-views in the UK is worth. 300 Wilder did 300K plus, and he's competing with you with the numbers. He's competing with you with the numbers. That's crazy. But the thing about it is that's crazier. Well, the thing, damn, oxymorons and shit. The thing about it that he's still able to fool fans and believing that 1.5 million in the UK is better than 300 plus K in the United States. But if Wilder would have done 1 million pay-per-views, that would have been $75 million. You know what I'm saying? So it's kind of like, can you just give the man, look, Eddie Hearn would have been better off just saying, like, look, man, I think the Wilder versus Fury fight, I think it was a success. It was his first pay-per-view fight, blah, 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 woo, woo. Just for the sake of for the sport of boxing. Because that would have been like, he could have got his people on board with it to think rational, and people will be more obliged to buy more tickets and stuff like that. And that'll help AJ out as well. You know what I'm saying? And another thing, why doesn't AJ want to fight in the US? Why doesn't AJ want to fight in Nigeria? Why does it seem like he only wants to fight over there in the UK? When he's always talking about his brand and planning stuff out and retiring from boxing and being this billion-dollar boxer, but you can't be a billion-dollar boxer. Everybody can't be Floyd Mayweather. And your damn for sure ain't gonna make no Floyd Mayweather money over there in the UK. I'm sorry. Y'all got a threshold amount on what y'all can, what they can charge the buyers, the consumers out there for the pay-per-views. So how are you gonna be the first billion-dollar boxer when Floyd is almost there? So you can say you could be the first billion-dollar heavyweight boxer. You know what I'm saying? But still, that doesn't make any sense. It's like, it still doesn't make any sense to me. You know what I'm saying? What y'all want to talk about in the sport of boxing today? What we got, man? What we got in the sport of boxing today? Y'all hear anything good news that I ain't heard? You know what, Marquez Johnson? Yeah, he was. But the thing about it is that maybe that was one of those losers of Ganger things, or, you know, AJ talking out of place, and maybe that was never going to happen. You know what I'm saying? Because that's all they've been doing is talking talking and building a profile. Why are they doing it? Oh, we gonna fight Wilder as we getting close to negotiations and blah blah blah. Oops, juke move. We fighting Parker. And you know what I'm saying? So it's just some. That's just some B motherfucking S. I don't. And I. But you still gotta give your props out there to Eddie Hearn. He doing his thing. He's getting his boxer everything that he ever wanted, almost. You know, he's getting him everything shy of Deontay Wilder. So can't really blame the man. You know, I can't really, talk too much shit about Fast Eddie. He doing his thing, but he fucking up with Wilder. He fucking up with his fans. Yeah, he was. Yeah, if Klitschko should have came out and rematched that dude. He should have came out. He should have came out there and fought him again instead of not doing that. I think not having that rematch kind of screwed the fans a little bit. I think that rematch could have been good for boxing, and not only that is, it would have been good to see the old man Klitschko get another shot at him, because the fight was close. The fight was close, especially if Klitschko would have threw a little bit more punches. You know what I'm saying? Shit. So what y'all think about this Joseph Parker versus Alexander Flores? What y'all think about that fight? What y'all think about that? Y'all think that's gonna be a good fight? Yeah, it was a brilliant comment. You know. Oh man. Ron Boy Fresh. I hope it. You know what? I'm not even gonna be a hater about it. I wish it was in the UK. I wish they do it in the UK, even though they have the possibility of doing a great gate in Las Vegas and stuff like that, and maybe possibly doubling their the pay-per-view count. But dude, I'd rather just have it see them go out there and fight in the UK just to sock it to Eddie Hearn. I'd rather just have him go up there and sock it to Eddie Hearn, and then at the same time, that's good for Anthony Joshua, Deontay Wilder. I mean, that's good for Tyson Fury and Deontay Wilder, and that's good for all the other American fighters that's going to come out there and fight that night too. You know what I'm saying? Hell, that might be the first time, maybe one of them Charlo brothers get out there and take the strap off of somebody or fight somebody to where people can't say it was a in-house fight. Maybe they could come up over there, and the PBC could come up over there, put a couple of UK fighters on there so they can get some bread in their pocket, or so they can get, some limelight. You know what I'm saying? So it just be good for both the UK and the United States, because y'all we'll be able to watch the fight at 5 or 6 p.m. If the fight was up over here, y'all ain't gonna be able to watch the fight until like what? Damn near crack of dawn. So I think having the fight in the UK would, I think it'd benefit both fighters and all the other fighters that's hey, Ron Boy Fresh, you think it'd be decent? I don't know, man. I just hope. See, the thing that fucked with me was that after the Joshua fight, that unanimous decision I'm surprised that Joseph Parker went out there and fought Dillian White next. I was hoping that Joseph Parker would have took a lesser fight and maybe one or two and clean up house, because to me, Joseph Parker can't be getting in the ring like that no more, man. He has to. He had a nice good body shot. He wobbled AJ a little bit, but he didn't have that killer instinct to put up to make him, the whole, theatricals that people like to see in the ring and stuff like that. He didn't have that. He didn't have that I'm gonna knock your head off mentality. Like he was in the ring fighting just like he talk. Cool, calm, and collected. Like, yeah, I'm gonna go out there and fight Deontay Wilder, and it's gonna be a good fight. And he doesn't. He needs to have a little bit more meanness about him. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, of course he's shorter than Anthony Joshua. Yeah, that's not an excuse. It's not an excuse, man. You a heavyweight fighter, man. Being shorter than the next fighter is not an excuse. Playing less than the next fighter is not a fucking excuse. You know what I'm saying? Wilder was 209. You know what I'm saying? When he and Fury was like 240. What was he? 250 something, or because he gained some weight overnight. But after the fight, Wilder was probably damn near. He probably lost another 5 pounds while he was in the ring. And another thing about it is that I'm telling you this, it is not healthy for Deontay Wilder to come in the ring at 209. And the reason why I'm saying it's not healthy is because I don't know what his how much fat he has, how much fat content he has on his body, because it doesn't look like he has much. Because of the type of body build he has, makes me believe that all the muscle that you do see comes from a lot of hard work. You see what I'm saying? Because he has the basketball build. You have to do things to build that. You have to put in work. More work than that's not good, because you're gonna get tired fast. And so I guarantee you this. If Wilder in this fight didn't have that much if he had like it looked like he came in there with like 10%, 6%. Anything below 3 is sickly. Anything to me with body fat below 3 is sickly. You fucking your immune system up and all that. But I guarantee you, if Wilder comes in the ring at 220, 225, 230, he will look smaller than he did at 209. It's just the way it is sometimes when you work out and stuff like that. Sometimes you don't look no bigger, really. It's just the illusion of it all. But I think that what Wilder should do is I think he needs to eat a lot of carbs and stuff like that. And a person like him, believe it or not, if he eats a lot of fat, he's going to burn a lot of fat. So if he eats a lot of soul food, he's going to burn a lot of fat, because it's going to trick his body into burning all of it. And that's how I get my stomach down. I actually would work out and eat a lot of fat, and it actually really it does the opposite. Yeah, I mean, I can see that. I can see he doesn't eat a lot around fight week, but I think that arm thing, because remember before the fight, Deontay Wilder was like, I had a bad cap. You can look it up. Deontay Wilder literally said he had a bad cap before the fight, but didn't tell anybody that he broke his freaking arm. You know what I'm saying? So that basically, that could have played a factor too. You know what I'm saying? That could have played a factor too. But the boy need to eat. That's the only way around it. You could take the protein powders and stuff and all that stuff, but what the protein powder does It just keeps protein stored in your body so your body can snatch it out at any given time. But the real way in how you gain muscle mass and how you gain weight is really by eating. You know what I'm saying? You that's the only natural way, and that's the only way to do it is to eat. And I think I don't think he should be what they say 245. I don't think I don't think the thing said Wilder wants to come in at 245. But if that's the case, I don't think he should. I don't think Wilder should come in at 245. The only way I think Wilder should come out there at 245 is if his ass get out there on a good leg regimen. He has to come in there on a good leg regimen because he ain't got that much muscle on his leg, but at least that way that would bring more power to his punches. You know what I'm saying? Some deadlifts, some leg extensions, you know what I'm saying? Some box squats, you know what I'm saying? Some things that's because the deadlift's gonna help out everything. You know what I'm saying? The squats are just isolating shit. You know, that's just the whole isolating the muscles. But the squats, but the deadlifts is where it's really at. That would do everything. And I think that it'd be beneficial for Deontay Wilder to about 20 reps a day for 2 or 3 days out of 7. And then the next week you go to 40, and then the next week you go to 50. You know, you bump it up. You get your body inclined to doing it and stuff like that, and you just keep going up here. You know, it ain't gotta be heavy to where you start screwing up your back and your knees. All it has to be is them isolated pumps to get you going, to build some extra little muscle. But with doing that, the motherfucker gonna have to eat. You know. It ain't it ain't gotta be like, oh, you know, I don't like to eat, man. You know, I got a weak stomach, man. Motherfucker, eat that shit. You know what I'm saying? Eat that shit, motherfucker. You know, yeah, 230, man. If Wilder came out at 230, especially with some stronger legs, that's just stronger legs. That's all you need, stronger legs. You know what I'm saying? So where he could keep his feet under him. But, he just got to, turn them hips in with it a little bit and just keep his feet in under him so, he won't be looking a little bit sloppy, you know what I'm saying? And throw a 1-2 move, throw a body shot. It's going to hurt just that. It's going to hurt a little bit more. That's all you need is a little bit more. Like, let's say, for instance, that picture that you see right there when Tyson Fury got his head on the canvas, back on the ground, knee high up in the air. That punch that left hook that came, Wilder hit him with the inside of the glove. Now imagine if Wilder was out there doing some good leg work, some decent leg work. That's all it would have took probably to knock this dude clean out of there. Just a little bit more it would have been a wrap. Just a little bit more. That's, you know what I'm saying? It ain't got to be. Sometimes in life it's just the subtle things that work. It ain't got to be the extreme things that necessarily is going to get the job done. Sometimes it's just the little things, and I think that's what all Wilder needed was that little bit of oomph, and that motherfucker would have been out there smooth. So let's talk about this Alexander Flores dude. It's Alexander Fluorocarbon, Alexander Flores. So he got a decent record. He got one loss. Oh, damn. This motherfucker got knocked out by Charles Martin. Oh, damn. I don't know. Damn. Then he got a decision against Avery Gibson. Rather than that, he got damn, that guy was 3-5. Roman Barga, yeah. Better than that, he ain't fought nobody like Joseph Parker since. Well, nah, you know what? Nah, I ain't even gonna say that, because Charles Martin is not no Joseph Parker. I ain't even gonna say that, Jack. But yeah, he ain't got nobody on his yeah. No. Yeah. Alexander Flores got knocked out by Charles motherfucking Martin. Damn. It don't say TKO, it says K motherfucking O. That's what the fuck it says. You know what? That'd probably work. That would probably work if Wilder found the insight a little bit from Tyson Fury, because you know they both have long arms. They both have long arms, and you know people can say that, you know, Tyson Fury was elusive and stuff like that, but Wilder's punches were just too wide, and just you could see them coming. You know, they was coming all the way from Alabama all the way to LA, and you could just see it. It wasn't, you know what I'm saying? Then finally Wilder was catching him, but it was a little bit too late. And I think that in his next fight, I saw things that that Tyson Fury could have capitalized, but he just didn't punch. Maybe he was scared of the power of Deontay Wilder. Maybe he wasn't too, maybe Fury wasn't too confident in his fight game. But when these two fighters, they know each other now, and we possibly might get to see this shit. We possibly get to see these cats get in the ring and fuck some shit up, cause they know each other now. You know, I think that'd be pretty cool for boxing, man. These two cats in the ring, rematch. I don't care where it is. I don't care if it's in Las Vegas. I don't care if it's in the UK. Only thing I care is that the fight happens and boxing gets the respect that it does, and these fighters out there get the respect that they do. You know, that they deserve. You know, that's the only thing that matters, man. You know, and you know, but that whole Wilder fighting the inside thing, Juan Boy Fresh, I don't know, man. I think it'd be cool, but Wilder can't be. You can't fight in the inside throwing wide punches, you know. And I think, you know, some body shots, you know, to some of them that fluff that Tyson Fury has. Yeah, I think it'd be effective, but you know, Tyson Fury ain't no slouch, man. You know, so I don't know. I think that everything that Wilder was doing would have been more effective if he took his time setting up his punches. You know, I'm texting my brother real quick. Yo, man, where we at? How much time we got up in this hole? How much time we got up in here? God damn, I know I probably got like down there an hour. Let me see. Because I ain't trying to be out here too long, boy. Let me see how long I been in this hole. So what y'all think about this whole the rematch? Y'all think it should be in the UK? Y'all think it should be in Las Vegas? Where y'all think this bad boy should be at? You know, I really don't care. I just want to see it. I hope it happens sooner than later. You know what I'm saying? Where do y'all think this rematch should happen at? I don't know. Ron Boy Fesh. I don't know. And I don't know why. I don't know why he go over there. I don't know why he's doing that. I don't know why he's doing it. I just think that maybe he knows. Maybe he knows what the deal is, and he just want to say it. You know, he ain't got no fight scheduled yet. You know, come on. I don't know. I ain't mad at him. I ain't mad at him. I ain't mad at him for going over there and getting his money or whatever. But you know, you gotta fight somebody though. That's all he gotta do is fight somebody. And I don't understand why. What? I mean, I kind of understand like what's going on, but how you gonna get fights? I don't even. That ain't gonna. That ain't gonna happen though. I don't believe that's gonna happen. I don't think that's gonna happen, Ron Boy Fresh. I don't think that and it's not it's not necessarily because Canelo was scared or whatever. It's just that you demanding shit. And like I said, you don't sign three you don't sign with a company and take a multi-million-dollar deal and you calling the shots. You don't. You do not. That doesn't make any sense. Like, why would you even leverage out multi-million dollars and this guy can go around there and fighting whoever and you never get your money worth out of him? You know what I'm saying? And then the thing about it is that what if Canelo loses? Then what? Then is people still gonna be behind him? What if another Mexican boxer beats Canelo? You know what I'm saying? I think, really, to tell you the truth, the first couple of fights, they're gonna play it. I don't know, man. I don't know. I don't know. I'm just. I think they're gonna play it kind of easy, man. I think they're gonna play it kind of fucking easy, and I don't blame them. I just think it's sucker shit. It's sucker shit. You know what I'm saying? Because they have to get their money's worth out of them, but it's not like they are out there saying, hey, look, man, I gotta fight these cats. You know, I gotta fulfill my obligation with the These Nuts app before I can go out there and start doing my own thing. No. Hell not. I don't. You know what? I think maybe after the Fielding fight and the two, maybe 3-4 fights later. But then Canelo gotta worry about how much wear and tear he's gonna have on his body at the end of the fucking day. To even think he's remotely ready to even step to this fight. To any of the Charlos, in my opinion. Because I think they're gonna put him on him. And I don't think it will be nice. I don't think it will be sweet. What the fuck? I know Blue Blood just put on something. Oh no, he didn't put on nothing. That was just already. He just done with his live stream. Blue Blood talking about. Hold on, let me see if you said something. Yeah, I mean that's what I think about Canelo. I think he gonna play it easy. You know, this fight and in the next two fights. I think they're gonna take it easy and they're gonna shop him around. They ain't got no. To me, they don't want to put in that work, and I kind of don't blame them. You know what I'm saying? It's just the way it is. You know what? That could be, but we'll never know. We'll never know. We'll never know. We never know who he's gonna fight next. and that's just the way it is. I mean, well, we know he's gonna fight next, but we don't know. We don't know what Matchroom Boxing has in store for Canelo Alvarez. That's just my opinion. That's just my opinion. I don't think nobody knows, and it's just a shame. And the real thing about it is that make it a shame is that this ain't boxing ain't, you know, the super middleweight and the middleweight division ain't they don't have them caliber. It's not like they have a high influx of like hard like boogeymen in their division like there used to be. You know, I think, let's see here. I think after, let me see. Let's go ahead and let me take a peek here. Let me take a peek here. Let me look at this spreadsheet. I'm gonna tell you who I think Canelo's gonna fight. Who Canelo is going to fight after. Let's see here. So we got Ricky Fielding, right? We got a good old Ricky. We got good old Rick. We got good old Rick, right? So Canelo's gonna fight Rick. So I'm looking at the spreadsheet right now. I'm gonna tell you who I think he's gonna fight. I'm gonna tell you, who he's gonna fight next, man. This is just my opinion, boy. There we go, right there. Yeah. I think Canelo, after Fielding, I think he's gonna fight Jose. I think he's gonna fight who's gotta go. I think that's what it's gonna be. I mean, I think that's what it's gonna be. You know, you can. I mean, it's just my opinion. It's just my opinion. You know, Mexican, find another Mexican boxer. Come on, bruh. Ooh, I think that's what it's gonna be. You know what I'm saying? And you know, I think that's what's gonna be, bruh. I think that also follows along with Eddie Hearn's. Okay, hold on. What you saying? Oh, you think Canelo gonna fight Callum Smith in May? That could be possible too. Yeah, Callum Smith. Yeah. That might be better. Yeah, I think that's better than my pick. Yeah, you're right. That's better than my pick, Callum Smith. Yeah, that's better than my pick. But yeah, I'm just throwing things out there. You know, it may not be all the way true or whatever, but yeah. So how about we just say, he's not fighting Zerto? I don't know, man. He might think he can swindle the fans out of some money with that one. So you say it's either the Brit or the guy for Tijuana, the guy from TJ. Tijuana. Yeah, good old Tijuana. Tequila shots. Yeah, I used to go down there, homie. What up, Tommy Gunn? Ain't no guns up in here. Psych. You know, I'm in America, man. I got a couple of my pistoles, stuff like that. Yeah, Callum Smith, man. Yeah, Callum Smith better he better run. But Callum Smith whooped on Rocky Fielding. He got a TKO. Yeah. But still, you might be right. Who fucking cares? You still might be right, homie. You still might be right. So what y'all think about Freddie Roach possibly training Tyson Fury for the rematch? What do y'all think about that? Do y'all think that Freddie Roach should hang it up? Or do you think that it's a good idea for Tyson Fury? I don't think how would you say? I don't think Freddie Roach I don't think it's a bad idea. I think that Freddie Roach has maybe a couple of tools under his Batman utility belt that he could teach Tyson Fury, or that he saw in the ring. Saw in the ring with Freddie Roach, saw in the ring versus Deontay Wilder that he could clean up on. But I don't think that Tyson Fury should be, I don't think that Freddie Roach should be like the head trainer, the head coach or anything like that. I don't think that. And yeah, Ron Boy Fresh, yeah. Roach is part of the publicity. You ain't lying. You ain't lying. Because who the fuck SportsCenter is going to be talking about? They're going to be talking about Freddie Roach. You know what I'm saying? Because he's supposed to be this he's supposed to have like this he's supposed to be one of the best trainers out there. He kind of he has a good resume, but he has a lot of L's out there too. So I don't know. So that whole let's see here. I think Freddie Roach would be. I think Tyson Fury would benefit from Freddie Roach. I think he would benefit from Freddie Roach, but I think that they need to be careful on what they're going to try to exploit from Wilder in the rematch, because I think that it might play in their hands. Tyson Fury might get a knockout, a stoppage, or a unanimous. You never know. But at the same time, are you going to try to exploit what you saw in the first fight? Because that was not the Deontay Wilder that I'm used to seeing in the ring. Tommy Gunn said Roach kind of did it the wrong way, going public. Should have went to Ben and Tyson. Wilder could use 2 weeks with Freddie. I don't think Wilder fucked up by not listening to his corner. Mr. Celery, the rematch ain't dumb. So if you think the rematch is dumb, please explain how is it dumb. Just don't make the statement, baby boy. Explain. You know what I'm saying? In fighting in general, I don't think any fighter should just I think you could benefit from a lot of trainers out there. You could benefit from a lot of different techniques, or there's always two heads are always greater than one. That's what we're always that's what we always find out in life. That it's always good in life to have a little bit of diversity. Tommy Gunn said, I agree that he did benefit from Roach the first fight too. I think Roach just really, really wants in on the big rematch, which is awesome. Tommy Gunn, not dumb in my opinion. Mr. Shirley, AJ should be next, playing into Hearn's hands. But look, Mr. Clary or Celery, whatever, I don't know how to pronounce it, but don't get mad at me, man. I don't mean it like no harm now. But you have to explain, how is the rematch done? Hey, salute to you, my brother. You have to explain how is the rematch done. Like, and then you have to explain the other comment. AJ should be next, playing into Hearn's hand. Like, what do you mean by that? Freddie is offensive trainer. Deontay needs defense. No. Look. But that's what I keep trying to tell you is that respond to your last two comments. That's what that's what I would like for you to do. Okay, well, he's definitely not going to do that. Yeah, he's definitely not going to. You would like to see Dillian White versus who? Dillian White. You would like to see Dillian White versus who? I mean, ain't nobody. But the thing about it, I don't know what you mean by the rematch will decide the winner. That's what we want. Yeah, I know what you mean by that. You're goddamn right. You're goddamn right. Nobody want to see no goddamn Dillian White versus Deontay Wilder. Oh, I'm sorry. Nobody want to see Deontay Wilder versus fucking Dillian White, dude. You know what I'm saying? Nobody want to see that. You absurd. Like, how would you mean? Oh, okay. So you're saying you would like to see it because you said I would like to see it. Why would you want to see Dillian versus? Why would you want to see Deontay Wilder versus Dillian White? Because you want to see Dillian White KO. That's a waste of fucking time and money. You would never get that fucking time back. Yeah, you're right. Exactly. Why should a student be forever faithful to the teacher? You can always be faithful to the teacher, but the whole thing about it is the teacher needs to understand needs to be humble and understand that maybe we both could benefit from we could both benefit from this. You know what I'm saying? Because it's a team effort. You know what I'm saying? Yes, there's one guy in the ring, but it's a team effort. So if Deontay Wilder lose, all y'all motherfuckers lose. If Deontay Wilder wins, all y'all motherfuckers win. So yeah, I think you could do it and be faithful, but I just think there has to be some type of level of humbleness that comes with it. Let's see. You goddamn right, Tommy Gunn. I'm punched for the rematch too. All that bullshit talking about I want to see some fucking Dillian White. Come on, bruh. Ron Boy Fred says, it's no fight Slick Eddie can make right. There's no fight Slick Eddie can make right. Now that the bigger than Wilder versus Fury 2, period. Yeah. Yeah. They outshined him. Wilder and Fury outshined. Nobody out there was talking about. They didn't give a fuck about talks about Wilder versus AJ. They didn't give a fuck. No, never. What you mean by no, never? Like you can't do it in being Fury versus Deontay. No real hate. There is. What you mean by Fury versus Deontay Wilder? No real hate. It's WWE event. Oh. There's no heat. There's no real hate there. It's a WWE. No, it's not. If you think it is a WWE event, right? So what was the AJ versus Parker fight? What was the AJ versus PED motherfucking Povetkin fight then? I mean, but there's always I mean, if that's what you're implying, Marvin, is that there's always limitations when you only dealing with one style of fighting. And that's usually style of fighting comes from the trainer. Parker could do better, but he has to leave his. Oh, you goddamn right. Marvin, I think that's how you pronounce it. My bad if I jacked it up. Parker could do better, but he has to leave his trainer. You goddamn right he has to leave that boy. I don't know. He's not. Parker doesn't have that tenacity in the ring. You know, is there something ain't right? There's like things he could have capitalized on AJ, and there's things that he could have capitalized on on Dillian White, but he just didn't do it. Yeah, I don't think AJ versus Parker was a bullshit fight, but the fight that happened in the the course of events that happened in the ring, it just wasn't what we thought we were going to see. Nobody would have thought that we was going to see a snooze fest out of these two so-called caliber fighters. You know, because everybody was putting these fighters on a pedestal. They put them you know, they put them up there, you know, ahead of the rest. And it just didn't happen. Trainer Parker is too easy on Parker. Parker's trainer is too easy on Parker. That's what you meant? Parker on a money grab? No, Parker ain't on a money grab. I can tell you that. Parker is... He need to learn how to kill a motherfucker. That's what he need to... Well, no. He need to learn how to have that killer mentality. But at the same time is keep his composure. That's what he needs. In my opinion. Ron Boy Fresh says, I was surprised the Wilder fight was good, to be honest. I mean, I didn't think I was gonna see that shit. 3 knockdowns, some good boxing from Tyson Fury, and some horrible punches from Deontay. A lot of horrible punches from Deontay. Well, I didn't think I was gonna see that. But hey, what's up, World Breaking Fighter? But at the end of the day, it was a very good fight. And I said in my other video, it will be the biggest fight in 10 years if Deontay Wilder shows up and shows out and Tyson Fury shows up and shows off. And that's what we got. You know what I'm saying? We had 2 good guys in the ring. I mean, one looked sloppier than the other, but hey, it's a boxing match. 44. What do you say? Parker, Tommy Gunn said Parker needs to get shredded 6-pack and all. He don't need to do that. Parker don't need to get no shredded 6-pack. You know what I'm saying? The muscles is always gonna be there underneath the fat. You know, everybody has a 6-pack. It's just underneath the fat, dude. Everybody has one. The whole thing about it is Parker just should have went to Joshua 6-pack. That's what he should have did. That's what the fuck Parker should have did. He should have went to Joshua 6-pack. He should have went to the body. Michael, what I want to say is that we have to move on. Yeah, I mean, we got to move on, but it ain't hurt to talk about it. Come on, bruh. Mr. Clarity, whatever your name, you know, I ain't trying to jack your name up. Wilder skills getting better and Fury getting fitter. AJ will not fight Wilder until Wilder is 37. World Breaker Fighter said 44. Yeah, that's about right. 44. You know what I'm saying? But look, I'm gonna tell you this. They both are good fighters. They both have, but the thing about it with AJ is AJ don't have good stamina. And the reason why he don't have good stamina is that he's carrying that fucking weight. That's not he's carrying a whole bunch of weight. He needs to lose some weight and his punch will be faster. Yeah, he probably lose a little bit of power, but he's still all good. He's a good fighter. But I think that I think if he fight Wilder like he fought Joseph Parker, he's going to get knocked out. Well, he's going to get knocked out in general, in my opinion, period. Ron Boy Fresh says Parker versus Usyk is what I want to see. Nah. I want to, yeah, I mean, that'd be a good one, but not for Parker right now. Look who Parker fighting right now. Look who Parker fighting. I mean, come on, bro. Like, Parker need to go back to he need to go back to the drawing board, and like old boy say, he need to get another. He need to keep the same trainer he got, but he need to get somebody else up in there. Look at Deontay Wilder. He got his original trainer, and he got Mark Breland. So what's the point? I mean, you can have more than one. There's nothing saying you can't. Marvin said, I'm a French and Spanish teacher, but maybe there are better teachers out there. I mean, yeah, there are always better teachers out there. I mean, but like I said, there's always two heads are always better than one. World Breaker Fighter said AJ won't fight Wilder until he's 44. You're goddamn right. Marvin Killer Instinct. Well said, Michael. Thanks, brother. Wordbreaker Fighter said Al Heyman is in the UK now. Fuck all the bullshit. Shh, man. It's so hard to say goodbye to Matchroom. Night, nigga. Marvin Parker's about to face Flores. That's what I'm saying. Parker's fighting Flores. Come on, bruh. Stop playing. Like, come on, bruh. Like, do you want to use the triangle? I mean, I hate to use the triangle and analogy and all that jazz, but who has this Flores character even fought? Like, who has he fought? You know what I'm saying? He has I'm sorry. Who has he fought and beat? You know what I'm saying? But Flores lost against Charles Martin. Charles Martin came up in there and said, "Welcome to 7-Eleven," and knocked that motherfucker smooth the fuck out. Parker's about to face Flores. Yep. AJ on a dodge mission. Yeah, he dodging. Well, AJ ain't dodging. Matchroom Boxing is dodging for him. Marvin Parker lost because the ref broke them up. I mean, that's how they do it over there. Even when them UK refs come up over here, that's how they do it. They keep them from fighting dirty. They don't want nobody getting grabbed on, but they sure would allow fucking Tyson Fury to damn near put his fucking elbow down a motherfucker throat so he can get his swinging and knock a motherfucker smooth the fuck out. The Celery said Deontay has detached biceps, many ops. AJ wants to beat a washed up Deontay. That's a real, but you gotta, it's a real slime boy move. But Mr. Celery, what you gotta understand is that's why I think the reason why Deontay Wilder is breaking his hands, detaching his biceps, breaking his arm and stuff like that, because he hasn't learned the technique of how to throw proper punches. You see what I'm saying? I don't think he quite learned that. And what I learned was the first thing that you should do when it comes to mixed martial arts, period, is bone hardening techniques. Because the bone hardening techniques is what's going to stop you, is what's going to help prevent you from breaking your arms, chipping off the end of your elbows. It's going to deaden your shin bones up and stuff like that, and all your bones up to where the normal punches and the normal routine of throwing a punch and landing it won't affect you as much. Marvin Parker lost because the ref broke him. Yep. Read that. Ron Boy Fresh, Slick Eddie can't afford to let AJ Wilder marinate any longer. Yeah, he can, because yes and no. He can't because he has a group. He has a set of group and a set of guys on YouTube and in the old media that's willing to push Eddie Hearn's agenda. So he could do whatever, he could kind of do whatever he wants. But yes, to an extent that it's going to come, people are going to start turncoating on him. Marvin, I'm sorry if my comments get there late. I'm English and living. Man, I ain't worried about that, man. They get here when they get there, homie. Salute to LDBC, man. Thanks, man. Joshua and Charles Martin. Man. Charles Martin could have done more in that fight against Joshua. Charles Martin should have known that he cannot sit there just with his hands up and let AJ swing. He has to move. Mr. Settler, he probably did take a dive. So he can get to that crack pipe. Marvin, I'll show it. I'll get to there. Charles Martin took a dive. They don't let you work inside. Yeah, you goddamn right they don't. Joshua bought a belt. You goddamn right he bought a belt. He bought it. It came gift wrapped and everything. You know what I'm saying? With some golden utensils. Ron Boy Fresh said DAZN is on that ass. The rise, ours. I'm probably gonna look that up. What you mean by that? I mean, I think DAZN is gonna do decent, but there's gonna come a point to where that DAZN is gonna have to make some hard choices. DAZN is gonna have to make some hard choices for them to be successful in the United States. They're gonna have to make some tough decisions. Mr. Celery Deontay didn't start boxing until 21 to fund his sick daughter. Yep, I know that. And AJ Bruno a whole running. AJ started at what age? 12 or 13. Pussy am I? He's not a. I don't think all of that makes AJ a pussy. But I think what makes AJ more of a pussy is his inability to control his own destiny. I think that, you know, when you're a grown ass man and you believe you're a grown ass man, you out there acting like you're a grown ass man. I think you need to do grown ass moves, because that's what people are going to see, and that's what people are going to you know basically that's what people are going to see, and what people see is what people going to test you at. Say you ain't a man because this is what you're doing. Ron Boy Fresh, Slick Eddie need to bring some big fights to DAZN. Yeah, you do. And not only do we need to bring big fights to DAZN, he need to bring big fights to the U.S. Mr. Sally, AJ Bruno. I mean, a lot of people say, I mean, like if we go back to the Blood Boxing Encyclopedia book, page 74, I believe that it states that AJ is Bruno 2.0. I worry about Deontay Wilder hands though. 33, not 23. I don't worry about his hands. I broke my hand. I broke the second metacarpal. I think it's the second. It's probably the second or third metacarpal. What do you want to call it? I broke the bone next to my pinky. I broke the one that's in your palm. I broke the metacarpal. If you look it up, I broke that one. And never had any problems after that. I didn't break it fighting or anything. I got it actually playing semi-pro football. I got it smashed between two football helmets. And no, it didn't hurt. My hand literally felt like a tennis ball, like squishy. It's right what you're saying, Michael. You speak the truth, man. I'm only half of this stuff. I think half of the stuff that we say on these live channels is that it's not hard for somebody else to say it or think it, and most of the time that we're on the same agenda, we're on the same plan. Well, what y'all think about what World Breaker said with Al Heyman? World Breaker Fighting said earlier, Al Heyman is in the UK now, fucking all the bullshit. So I mean, sorry, let me say it properly. Al Heyman is in the UK now. Fuck all the bullshit. What do y'all think of, what are y'all thoughts about Al Heyman in the UK? What do y'all think about that? Is it a good thing? Is it a bad thing? Is it like, what do y'all think? What's up, baby?
Can you order some pizza?
I can order some pizza later.
Alright.
Yep. Yeah. So what do y'all think, man? Like, do y'all think it's a good thing or a bad thing? Like, what's up? Why is he going there? He's going there to make some money. He owns the PBC. I mean, you can't stay stagnant and trying to make some. You gotta move. Mr. Sarah said, "Did you see Riddick Bo pre-fight Deontay versus Fury confronting Lennox Lewis with a full wonderful Holyfield looked embarrassed?" I don't think Holyfield looked embarrassed. I think Riddick Bro need to let it go. I think he needs to let it go, and I think what he needs to do is just sit there and apologize to Lennox Lewis and let that bullshit go, I mean, they were two good fighters, great fighters. You know what I'm saying? And it just time is too short to be holding grudges and shit. So I think you just need to let that shit go. Not to speak to her and the hyena. So she's saying, why is he not going there not to speak to her and the hyena? He doesn't need to. Al Heyman don't have to speak to Eddie Hearn to make some money. I'm pretty sure Al Heyman probably got a better relationship with Frank Warren than Al Heyman. You know what I'm saying? Even though Frank Warren, you know, he doesn't know how to keep his mouth shut. He likes to talk. You know, he said, you know, Al Heyman, I don't even know if he exists or whatever, but I'm pretty sure it was a you know, a little jab, a little joke, you know what I'm saying, that people didn't really comprehend. But ready to tell you the truth, like, come on. Ron Boy Fresh, ghost cut into Slick Eddie pockets. Yeah, he is. All up in the, man, look. Al Heyman ain't even going to go into Eddie Hearn's pockets. Eddie Hearn is going to go into his own pockets. Matter of fact, Eddie Hearn's daddy is going to go into Eddie Hearn's pockets, take out the change, run up in Eddie Hearn's couch, take out the change up out of there, and give it to Al Heyman. Bo just needs to, because he started and he needs to let the shit go. That's why he should apologize, say sorry to him, apologize. He need to do something. He the one who started it. Well, Al Heyman been doing that. He's been setting up boxing that's not pay-per-view. He's been setting up boxing that is pay-per-view. I mean, Al Heyman got his hands in a lot of cookie jars, and you know, some of it, you know, we don't even know how what he got. You know what I'm saying? We just know he got, like, you know, music, entertainment, and boxing, but we don't know all of the extent that Al Heyman got his hands into. And you know, Al Heyman has been showing us that his MO is to give the fans boxing, pay-per-view boxing, and affordable boxing. So we could code it how we want to. I mean, but as far as what we've been seeing with Al Heyman and his MO, as far as what we see with Eddie Hearn and his MO, I mean, you gotta learn how to, you gotta weigh them scales kind of a little bit, bruh. Why out of the boxing world anti-Deontay Wilder? Because it's not that they anti-Deontay Wilder, is that it's like they're not willing to put their money behind Wilder and trust his abilities in the ring. Because a lot of people are out there saying, no, he's not a boxer, he's not this, blah, 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 whoop, whoop, whoop. But we see Deontay Wilder do subtle things in the ring that will kind of make you think that, yeah, this bruh can fight sometimes. You know, looks can be deceiving. But I think but like I said, it looks that way because people just don't want to, they don't respect him. They don't respect him as a boxer. That's why. They need to respect that dude. If the media respected Deontay Wilder's boxing, Deontay Wilder would have had that $100 million pay-per-view with Tyson Fury. But how you gonna get that $100 million pay-per-view when the media does not respect you? That's why Deontay Wilder, in my opinion, wants the rematch. He wants to Deontay Wilder wants to take the respect. He wants to take what the media would not give him. He wants to take it. Maybe the wrong way about going about it, but he's a grown-ass man. He can do what the fuck he wants to. You know what I'm saying? But that's just my opinion. All right. Sorry for spelling. Man, look, don't worry about the spelling, man. I'll get to that. I'll hook you up, my brother. Ghost still advises Khan and Brooke, just to name a few. Man, look. Now, if anybody want to say somebody's out here for a payday, that's Khan. That's Khan. Because, and the reason why I say that is that he could have stayed fucking retired. He could have stayed fucking retired and nobody would have kept talking about this dude. He could have stayed fucking retired. You know what I'm saying? So that's my opinion. If anybody want to say anybody coming back for money, that's Amir Khan. Ron Boy Fresh said exactly. I miss Don King. I don't miss Don King. I mean, I know Don King gave the fans the fights they wanted, but that was all because of money. That wasn't because it was genuine or anything like that. And then I don't want my favorite fighter having to go to the soup kitchen to fucking feed himself, or the food bank to get some food because he can't afford it because Don King unstole everything he got. Even though partially it's their fault, but real men don't do shit like that. He's a lion. Don King didn't ruin Tyson. Tyson ruined. Like, let me tell you something. Tyson didn't ruin himself. I'm gonna tell you something. I'm gonna tell you why. If you talk to anybody that knew Mike Tyson, that fucking knew Mike Tyson, the first thing they would tell you that something was wrong with him, and it wasn't because of boxing. That's the first thing That's the first thing when they say if you ask them Mike Tyson really like that, they would tell you yeah. The problem with Mike is when he got on coke. When he got out of jail and when he got on coke. See, Mike didn't have all them problems when he had a father figure in his life. Mike started having these problems after he left. And then him going to jail for some bullshit. And then him coming out and getting with Don King and another bullshit artist that didn't care about nothing but siphon the money off of boxers. The easiest way to take control of somebody is to turn them out. Make them dependent on something. And the easiest thing to make somebody dependent on is drugs. Because drugs is what's going to keep them fucking happy. Second thing will be little trinkets. Jewelry, cars, a couple little dollars here and there. But not the whole fucking cake. That's what people got to understand. That's what Don King was doing. I mean, I applaud him for giving people the fights that the fans wanted to see. But he's a horrible human being. Yeah, Ron Boy Fresh, he did make him because he knew that's what's gonna bring in the bread. You know? I think Deontay didn't get rocked at all in the Ortiz fight. Hold on, let me read that again. I think Deontay didn't get rocked at all in the Ortiz fight and evade it 11-16 versus Fury. Hands behind his back is not punching Fury, a con man. Look, let me tell you something. Deontay Wilder did get rocked against Ortiz. I ain't even gonna front. And that whole thing with the hands behind his back with Fury did that shit when he know the distance wasn't even there. Fury put his hands behind his back when he knew Deontay Wilder could not reach out and touch him. And the only reason why he was doing that was because Tyson Fury knew it. I swear Tyson Fury, I don't take that back because I don't like to do that shit. I'm telling you, Fury knew that Deontay Wilder was swinging too wide. Fury knew that Deontay Wilder was loading up, trying to knock him out with every punch. Fury knew it. He knew it. Yeah, he got into his head. Yeah, he did. But the thing about it is that he almost still got knocked out. He almost still got it. Like I said, if Wilder would stop missing fucking leg day. If Wilder would stop missing fucking leg day and do some goddamn deadlifts, some leg extensions, I'm telling you, that left hook in the 12th round, it would have been a wrap. It would have been done dada. I'm telling you, that's all it would have took with that little extra bit. And coming in that 209 didn't help. Now, if you imagine Wilder doing leg days, it ain't even got to be much. It ain't got to be a lot. If you don't want to run, get your bitch ass on the treadmill. I mean, on a bicycle. on a stationary bike, that would still get them legs. That's still gonna get that lactic acid burn. That's still gonna get them quads. If you know what you're doing, that's still gonna look at them dudes. Look at them dudes. Them professional cyclists. Look how big they fucking quads are. Their quads are big because that's all they're using on the bicycles. They got massive fucking quads. So the bike, some deadlifts in between, some leg fucking extensions. I'm telling you, but at the same time, coming in at 209 did not fucking help. But if you would have did that coming at 209, would have knocked that motherfucker out. Smooth. We all forgot Deontay not starting until 21. Yeah, I heard you. We already know he started at 21. We already know he started at 21. You know what I'm saying? The dude, Deontay Wilder, look, dude, if Deontay Wilder started at 21 and all that, I mean, just y'all go out there and do the math. The dude did he did his amateur career in professional boxing. He didn't stay in the amateurs because you can't get paid in the amateurs. So that's why he, like you said, he went professional because you can't get paid in the amateurs. So he had to get into the pros, and he conducted his business fighting 30 motherfuckers because he had to. So you mean to tell me somebody with not that much boxing experience should have just went out there at 17 fights and just went out there and then take an L with somebody because you thought you was because you thought you was ready, because you want to rush the game plan? Because Deontay Wilder couldn't get no Charles Mountain at 17 fights. He couldn't get that motherfucking lucky. Then even if he was to get lucky, he still wouldn't have got lucky to fight a dude coming off a loss and all that jazz. So come on, bruh. Wilder, Marvin said Wilder changed in the last round his corners. Yeah, he changed. You see how smooth the way he knocked him down? You see how easy that fucking looked? It was easy than the motherfucker. Like I said, Wilder has the power. Just coming in at 209, coming in at 209, and skipping leg day. That's what did it. Hey y'all, I'm about to get out, man. I got to get up out of here. I gotta order some pizza for my old lady. Get up in my ass. Yeah, he worked for Budweiser. Where I'm from, San Diego, we call it Bloodweiser. But anyways, man, I'm getting up out of here, man. Shout out to the LDBC and all y'all folks out there. Stay sucker free.